Hello, everyone. This is Matt. I am your host, and the goal of this show is to help real estate professionals, entrepreneurs grow their business, strengthen their marketing, and dominate their industry. Today, I'm joined with David, co founder of United Realty Group. There's also Paul and Nicole, but unfortunately, they're not here with me today. I'll catch them next time. They founded United Realty in 2002 and grew the brokerage to over 20 offices and around 3,500 agents, with offices mainly in South Florida and a couple of offices outside of the state, correct?
There are 24 locations
24 location.
and
Awesome, awesome.
almost 5,000 agents.
Okay. Now,
And the we are in North Carolina. We're also in San Antonio, Texas.
Texas. Now, David, please tell the audience about yourself and how your journey began.
So in 2002, my wife and I, Nicole Chambless, we were at the house having conversation, and we came up with a game plan. And it was just her and I from the beginning, and an assistant by the name of Lucy Iglesias. Lucy has since retired, and of course, my wife and I are still running the organization together.
Awesome. Now, you probably don't remember, but conversation. I'm sorry. Were you gonna say something else? Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, you probably don't remember,
I
but
gave you the short version.
the short version, okay. 3 years ago, well, actually, a little bit above 3 years, when we first met, you told me your background is in automotive sale and finance before you transition into real estate. What
Yes.
lesson have you learned, or what really, what caused the change, and how has that helped you transition into real estate?
So the automotive industry and the real estate industry correlate a lot together. The only difference between the two organizations, between real estate and automotive sales, is the product normally doesn't move away. In the automotive industry, you meet, greet, get on common ground, you sell them a vehicle, they go to the finance department. From the finance department, their paperwork sent to the title department, and the car is registered, so forth and so on. In the real estate industry, you meet real estate professionals. They assist you with either buying or selling your property. From that point, normally, if you're the buyer side, you go to a mortgage agent, which is your loan officer, and then the title agency does the closing, does all your paperwork, and facilitates the buy-sell agreement and makes everything perfect at the end. So in the automotive industry, you have the exact same philosophy as in the real estate industry. Once again, the only difference is the product doesn't drive away.
Now, from pretty much from the vision we get from real estate and real estate agents, we see we we get a chance to see the successful agents, um, but we don't get to see the dark side of it, right? So, what were the you building United Realty? What were the hardest part of building a business, especially in a industry as competitive as real estate?
So our first 5 years in business, we had to figure out how we were going to pay the overhead. So I was a loan originator and wrote 30, 40, 50, 60 loans every single month. I had a very large network. So my wife and I sat down and we said, we need X dollars to create the brand for United Realty Group. We need X dollars to go to the house to pay our fixed expenses. And if there's anything left over, we're going to put that in the bank. Now, during the first 5 years of business, we had the discipline that most individuals would not have. When you first start your business, you make your initial capitalization, and then you think that revenue is going to come and you're going to go this way. Well, that's not what happens. When you start a new business, you start at your initial capital, And then month 1, month 2, month 10, month 20, month 30, month 40, your expenses continue um, to be incurred, and it requires additional capitalization to pay the overhead. You're not going to make enough revenue to break even. It took us 60 months, 5 years. Total capitalization was around $750,000 from start to finish before we got to a break even point. Uh, Most folks will just throw in the towel after year 1, year 2, year 3. Going out to year 5 to break even is not common. But we saw, as we were making our capital investments, we saw our production rising, and we finally got to the point to where Paul Brownell came to me and said, "Hey, you and Nicole don't need to make any capital this month into the company to pay our bills." And from that point going forward, we've been blessed that no matter what the market is, whether it's good or bad or ugly, we've had the size, the girth, the realtor count to maintain our presence and our cost overhead.
Now, how has marketing changed from 20 years ago when you started to right now in 2026, where everything is mainly digital?
I got to tell you, that's a great question. You know, the automotive industry 25 years ago, um, you didn't have an electric car. And today you have, not only do you have electric cars, but today
So
you have
true.
cars that are autonomous that will drive you from point A to point B to point C. You don't have to touch steering wheel.
Hmm.
So in our environment today, you know, when we first started, we would put up a real estate sign in the front yard. There was a little box. You would have your brochures printed. You would put them in the box for consumers to drive by and take the brochures out. Today, everything's done digitally uh, through your IDX feeds, through your multiple listing services, through Instagram, through Facebook, through TikTok, you name it. There is a plethora of marketing tools out there to electronically promote and advertise the product that you're selling. Now
I'm actually,
that's from the realtor perspective. From the corporate perspective, when we first started, we picked up the phone. We picked up the phone. We called every single realtor that was around our sphere of influence. We went to every closing. We met every cooperating agent, belly to belly, meet, greet, get on common ground, shake hands, get their phone number, give them a call, tell them about our company. And of course, the first thing they all say is, "This is too good to be true. What are you hiding?" And I can honestly say that from that day through today, which is April the 7th, 2026, there are no hidden fees. We run the same marketing, we run the same platform. We are still a true 100% commission shop. We have a $399 transaction fee. Most of our agents pass that fee on to their consumers, whether it's the buyer or the seller. So theoretically, our agents really do make 100% of 100% of 100%.
and you mentioned 2 points that I want to go back to, right? And correct me if I'm wrong. Real estate is still a people business, right? Yeah,
1
digital
million percent.
marketing, huh?
AI cannot sell a house.
Exactly. And yeah, digital marketing, social media have taken over. But from what I've seen, from what I've experienced over the past 3 years, me being a licensed agent myself, is it's still a people business. You still need to build trust. You still need to create that connection. You still need to rub bellies to, to for those transactions to come and to get those referrals. And My next question to you is how important do you think branding is to the real estate industry, right? To a real estate agent like myself or other real estate agents?
So, number one, there are some very large brands in the United States. Keller Williams, Caldwell Banker, Century 21, Better Homes and Gardens, um, One Sotheby's, Christie's. There are so many brands out there, right? EXP, Compass Realty, all very large brands. Here in my space, and my space specifically being the Tri-County, South Florida, there is no one bigger than we are. And we pride ourselves on the fact that we are not a AI driven organization. We still pick up the phone. We
And
send text messages, we send text, we send email, we pick up the phone, we call people every single day. And, 25, 26 years later, right? The number one question, it must be some hidden fee somewhere. It's too good to be true. How do I have these beautiful locations, these beautiful offices, and you guys are only making your 399? It's a pure volume game at this point. It's not about what you're selling, how much you're selling. Congratulations, we're happy for you. We love it when you sell $1 million property at 10 million or 50 million, 100 million. We love it. We love y'all getting big checks. We make $399. Now, we like it even better when you take a listing and then you secure the buyer. So now we get our $399 twice, buyer and seller side. Oh, and by the way, you're probably hopefully going to refer us to South Florida Title Associates, which is our brother sister organization for title work. And you're probably going to refer us to the Certified Home Loans, which is our direct lending platform. And through those brother sister relationships, we have the ability to effectively change the entire environment in the real estate industry. We don't charge huge interest rates. We don't charge fees to the consumers that other organizations do. We allow the real estate partner to be able to recognize that the consumer is their client, not our client. So our job is so if you send me a referral, my job is to make sure that I'm giving your client the highest amount available to finance with the lowest interest rate, with the lowest closing costs, with the lowest this. We are a volume game. And belly to belly still wins every single time. I will tell you that a few years back, Nicole and I, she came to me, she said, hey, Facebook, not some third-party vendor, Facebook is asking us to invest $5,000 a month, $1,000 for the year. Every time a real estate agent will open their Facebook, which there's 100 something thousand of them here in South Florida, and they all have Facebook. Every time they open it, they're going to get a URG advertisement. Branding, 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 branding. And I had a lot of friends that called me that says, oh my God, how much money are you spending on Facebook? Every time I open it, it says URG, URG, URG. We got out of 12 months and $60,000 invested, 0 agents joined our company because of that marketing. 0. Now, did it brand us? Oh my God, we were branded everywhere. Tom, Dick, and Harry saw URG, URG, URG. But the only thing that brings the agent to come join our organization is phone calls.
Picking up the phone calls.
Is text messages, is emails. It's not, we can have the best marketing program in the world. It doesn't make them call us. They see our name over and over and over. We're engaged with them. So we use the marketing to brand the company, to give it that big picture, right? That big boy picture. But at the end of the day, it's Susie Q and John Doe picking up the phone and calling and say, hey, Have you heard about United Realty Group? Do you know who we are? Do you know about our offices? Do you know about this? Do you know about that? Do you know about our pay plan? Do you know how long we've been in business? Do you know we're the #1 real estate agency in South Florida? And most of them say, yeah, we know all about you. Then why the heck haven't you joined us yet? Do you like the pay cut you're getting where you're staying? Or would you rather make more money for your family? Because at the end of the day, Matt, you and I can be friends, right?
Mhm.
But the #1 thing is, how much money did I bring home to my wife and to my children? And so that's our game plan as we talk to real estate agents throughout our area here in our area in Greensboro, North Carolina, and in San Antonio, Texas, where we're making some pretty big footprints. Do I want to be your friend? Yes. Do I want to bring more money home to my family? Absolutely.
Of course.
Because that's what it's all about. That's the end game. Making the most amount of money on each and every transaction and bringing that money home to the people that deserve it, which is my wife and my 6 kids.
That's a blessing.
It is.
Now, what advice would you give a realtor? They don't have to be a new realtor, let's say a struggling realtor, on getting their first deal in the next 6 to 12 months.
Well, in our world, there are multiple channels that a person can go to acquire a interested buyer or seller. One being realtor.com, one being Zillow, OpCity, and then there are thousands of lead source companies that sell the leads. I will tell you, those lead source companies, as far as I'm concerned, are horrible. Not, I would do realtor.com, I would do Zillow, I would do OpCity. Those are consumers that have actually logged in and registered their information. A lot of these lead source companies tell you that the consumer's done that. It's not true. I can tell you that a lot of these companies are bamboozled because people like Zillow, who are the 900-pound gorilla in our industry, and people like realtor.com are constantly flooding these lead source organizations with fictitious information. They're real people. It's a real cell phone number. It's a real email address, but they have zero interest in looking for real estate. And they just flood their intake system with that data. And that data is all BS. As they say today, it's fake news. But, you know, one of the things, and I don't have one here locally to grab and show you, and I wish I did. Years and years and years ago, you see people with a badge, a pin. It's a magnet, and
Yeah,
it has their name and it has the
their
name of their
company logo.
company, yada yada yada. And I have agents that annually make 50, 60, $70,000 shopping at Publix, shopping at Walmart, shopping at Target, going to Costco, going to their dry cleaners, to their bank, wearing their badge. Because people see that. Now, it's not a small badge, it's a good sized badge. You can visually see their name, you can visually see the name of our company on it. We have a certain size that we require. And they all tell me that because I made them go out and get these badges, and we actually use badges.com, I think is what it's called. It's over in Cooper City. And that program gets people engaged. Everywhere you go, when you go get your haircut, when you go to the dry cleaners, when you go to the grocery store, you should be meet, greet, get on common ground. You should say hi to every single person that you can engage with. You should hand them your card and say, hey, I'm in the real estate business. I'd love to help you in case you're ever interested. Here's my card. If you don't do that, you're losing money. Every year, I meet 20, 30, 40 people annually, strangers that end up being my clients. And every time I get a client, because I have given them the white glove treatment, I ask them right before we're done, hey, let me ask you a question. In your office, in your house, in your family, is there anyone else that might be interested in me helping them with my services? And if they are, please send them my way. I will take very good care of them. And my phone is constantly ringing with referral business. Or I'll get a text from them. Hey, David, this lady at my office is thinking about selling her house. Here's her name and phone number. Call her. She's waiting for you. Or my cousin's thinking about buying an investment property, thinking about doing the VRBO or Airbnb program. Call them. I get referrals every single day because I'm not scared to talk to someone. I'm gonna get off subject just for a second. My son and I were at a BurgerFi recently, and the next table over were 4 young ladies, and they were probably in their late teens, early 20s, and all 4 of them are sitting there texting while their food's in front of them. They're texting, and every once in a while their head pops up because it was somebody sending a text across the table. And I looked at him and I thought, these young folks are missing out on great opportunity. So I walked over, I made a little deal with them. And they kind of looked at me, they thought, stranger danger, this guy's crazy. But they followed my advice. And at the end, I rewarded them with what I said I would do. And then they said, no, don't give it to me. Don't give it to us. Thank you for telling us to get our heads up and actually talk to each other. I guess I'm the end of the baby boomers, right? And my wife and I were talking the other day driving about the Gen Z, the Gen's that, blah, 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 all the different generations. And unfortunately, the folks that are in their late teens and in their early 20s and middle 20s, they don't know how to talk to each other. They know how to text. They know how to Snapchat. They know how to email. They know how to watch reels over and over and over every 30 seconds, right? Their brain's on a 30-second revolving thing. They need to pull off of that electronics from that aspect, and they need to get engaged with their friends, engaged in their community, engaged in their churches. You want to get successful? Go to church. Meet all the congregation. Make sure it's a church that got like 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 people in it.
That's a lot of people.
Yeah, don't go to one of those churches got 20, 30 people. You'll blow through those leads in about a week. Go to a larger church. Go to the ball fields. Watch children play soccer, even if you don't have any kids on the field. There are hundreds of parents on those fields. And you walk around and say, and give out free water bottles, and it's got your name on it. And get one of those things and has your name and your real estate company and your cell phone number. Here, it's hot out here today. I thought I'd bring you guys some water. What did it cost you? It cost you $50, to do 3 cases of water, and you just pass them out, and it's got your contact on it. If one person calls you, you're going to make $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000. One. And if that one person connects with you, use their connection with their friends and their relatives and their contacts. And next thing you know, you've built yourself a foundation of consumers, and that's how you grow your business.
Now, you mentioned that, and everything you just mentioned just now, I believe those are skills that most realtors are missing. They don't know. They don't know any better. They don't have the proper training or proper coaching to get them to that level, right?
They didn't run 60 car dealerships. Now, in addition to that, you are correct. Effort. If you listen to Nick Saban, right? University of Alabama, best coach in football history. And in case you haven't looked at the roster of the University of Alabama, It's got 75 five-star players, but only 22 can be on the field. It's got another 50 four-star players, but only 22 can be on the field. How do you keep those people engaged? Well, he does through discipline, effort. If you want to watch a very good motivator speaker, watch Nick Saban on some of his stuff. The business is not going to fall in your lap. This is not an industry where you wake up in the morning, you brush your teeth, you go to your desk, and you say, "Okay, phone, let's ring. Let's get some business." It doesn't work that way. You have to make your business become profitable. You have to make yourself become relevant. And if you're going to sit back on your hind legs and keep your hands underneath you, you'll never be successful, not only in this business, but quite frankly, in any business.
So,
That's my advice.
what do you think matter the most, like when it comes to realtors specifically, right? Is it their mindset or the skill that they're missing or their environment?
So I'm going to go to the last part of that question, environment, right? So let's put a word in front of environment, economic environment. Everyone in this country has an opportunity to be better than where they come from. Everyone. Everyone has the opportunity to make more money than their mom and dad, because everyone in this country has the opportunity, if they take advantage of it, to change their environment. And I don't care what some people say, it's all about your own decision. You know, if your friends are bad friends, you should go get some new ones that are better. If you want to become more successful, don't hang out with people that aren't successful. Hang out with people that are successful. Go meet them. Get in their world. Everyone has the opportunity to learn what, how, and when. Man, in today's plethora, you know, Nikki and I were talking about how much information is being thrown at us daily, all day long. And it's, you know, we were up in St. Augustine and it was kind of nice and kind of quiet, kind of spacey, right? And then as we drove south on I-95 to get back to South Florida, the environment changed. And you feel the vibration, you feel the vast amount of people and the cars and the buildings and the homes and the roads and how big they are and blah, 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 blah. If someone sits on their rear end and doesn't make the effort to go out and change their environment, that's not on you. That's not on me. That's not on the millions of instructors and instructional manuals and books and tapes and videos. That's on themselves. Oh, I don't know how to get started. Jump off the cliff. You'll figure it out.
That jumped into my next question. For new realtors, one advice you would give them to get started into real estate?
So the first thing I tell every new realtor, when you come to any organization, no matter what organization it is, you have to be willing to go above and beyond. That's number one. Number two, you need to find inside that organization what we call a mentor, somebody that has the experience, that has the knowledge, that has the consistency, and you need to partner with them. There are training at universities and colleges about policies and procedures of how real estate industry works, right? There are schools to go get your mortgage broker's license, your loan officer license. There's schools to go get your real estate license. There's schools to go get your title license. There's schools, there's all these schools. And you can get all these degrees and all these licenses. But you got to be willing to make the commitment to learn the trade, to know what to do, when to do, why to do. And on the job training, quite frankly, is a great place to learn. So you walk into a real estate agency. Hey, my name is, who's your best agent here in this real estate company? I want to meet them. I want to shake their hand. I want to join their team. I want to learn everything there is to know about those people. I want to meet, greet. I want to get on common ground. I want to learn the systems. I want to learn how they have gotten from point A to point Z. And then I want to go out and do it for myself. But the folks that think they can just go get a license and immediately start making money, they burn out in less than a year. Oh, I don't need no help. That's bull. You know what? That's bull. You know what?
Well, David, I want to thank you for your time today. Thank you for your expertise. And this is not just for me, because I was in a situation when I first got into real estate, and speaking to you changed not just my perspective or of real estate. So I'll be transparent. At first, when I first spoke to you, I was like, this crazy old man, right? I saw the success.
I've heard that before, by the way. You're not embarrassing me. I've been called a fool. I've been called an idiot. I've been called everything in the book.
hmm
But you can talk to
And,
my banker if you want to.
by the way, this is for a class project, and there's no one I wanted to interview more and to learn a bit more from than you, because you were one of the few people that kept it real with me, right? When I first got licensed, I thought I was just, make 100,000, my first year, and without picking up the phone, I just thought, I was just sitting down, and I
Oh,
thought,
they're going to call me.
yeah, you know, and first year that didn't happen, right? Second year, halfway through the second year, I realized I got to do something, right? Then things started picking up, and now, third year just ended, which was my best year yet, right? And now going to my fourth year, I'm just looking forward to learn more, grow more, and that's the reason why I took 40 minutes of your time just to pick your brain. And I'm looking forward to learn more from you. I know you don't have much time, but it's truly my pleasure. Thank you again.
So I'm going to tell you an old man joke.
hmm
Okay. Somebody says, hey, I want to get in your business. Tell me what it's like. How hard is it? And I said, well, you married or single? I'm married. Okay, great. Congratulations. So when you met your wife, you asked her out on a date, right? Yep. There's only three answers, and two of the three are good. One's yes, one's no, one's maybe. And in my world, maybe is a yes, just so you know. If I ask someone if they want to buy a house, oh, maybe. I'm gonna make sure they buy a house. There's really only two answers for me, yes or no. And if they say yes, here we go. If they say no, why? Now I'm going to find out why they think the answer is no, because I'm going to make that answer become yes at the end of the day. But when you ask someone out on a date, you're going to get a yes or no or maybe. And if they say no, well, you can give up. But if you really think they're, something
They're
special,
worth it.
they're worth it, you're going to make them think that, okay, I'm going to give this person a chance. Same thing goes in any sales. I don't care what you're selling. I don't care if you're selling phones. I don't care if you're selling pens, pencils, houses, cars, lighting systems, whatever. Be engaged. Be transparent. Don't be a salesperson. Don't try to sell them something. You're helping them. You're making their dreams come true. David, what do you think about this house? I think it's nice, but I am not the one that's going to pay the mortgage every month. So the real question is, what do you think about this house? Do you think this house is large enough for you and your kids? Do you think it's a good enough area? Do you like the price point? Are you prepared for this, for this, for this, for that? So you give it to them and you pull it back and then you re-give it to them. You've got to be transparent. And if you act like a salesperson, the answer is going to be no. Be yourself. Act like you're going on a date. Act like you're meeting someone for the first time and you found interest in them. You're not going to act like an idiot. You're not going to act like you're all big and mighty. You're going to try to win their confidence and get them to come into your world so you can get into their world. And that's what the biggest mistake is that people make. You know, my FP&L bills due, my car payments due, Johnny needs braces. I got to sell them that house. Because while you're trying to sell them that house, I've closed on 5 or 6 other ones because I act like it's, let's go. We'll do this together. I'm not going to push it down your throat. And I'll just end at that.
Thank you, David. Have a great night and truly grateful, man.
I hope you get an A on this interview.
I hope so too.
And if you don't, give me the name of your professor.
Professor.
I'll call him up. We'll have a conversation.
Appreciate you, David.
All right, Matt.
All
Good
right.
night.
Good night. Bye-bye.